On this episode of China Uncensored, do you hear the people singing the song of angry people? Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. I just don't know what's happened to people these days. There used to be a time when oppressive governments would try to scare them into submission, and they listened. I mean, only a few years ago in mainland China, people would be running scared, literally, if you even asked them what day it was on the anniversary of the June 4th Tiananmen massacre. What happened to those good old days? On June 10th, Beijing released a white paper on Hong Kong, essentially a thinly veiled threat warning that if Hong Kongers step out of line, the freedoms they enjoy can easily be taken away. I mean, it was the perfect plan. You throw that threat out there, the people of Hong Kong get scared and start to self-censor and hope that the party won't take everything away as they slowly do just that. Except it seems the people of Hong Kong just won't be intimidated. Good work. This was Hong Kong on the 1st of July. It's estimated that hundreds of thousands took to the street in a protest to mark the anniversary of the 1997 handover of Hong Kong to mainland rule. It's like the 4th of July, only 3 days earlier, and also totally the opposite. There was still a festive atmosphere, though, as groups of people marching in Victoria Park even sang "Do You Hear the People Sing" from the best musical of all time, Les Miserables. Wow, everything sounds more badass in Cantonese. Apparently that song has become an anthem for Hong Kong's protest movement. Hong Kongers, if you hadn't already won my heart, you would have just now. Just don't start singing One More Day or Stars, okay? I don't think I can handle it. Where was I? Oh, yes. The protests were largely peaceful, but the police did threaten to make arrests if protesters didn't dissipate as the night drew on. And they did end up arresting more than 500 who had tried to stay in the central district until the next morning. On top of the mass protests, the pro-democracy Occupy Central movement held an unofficial referendum vote about how Hong Kong's chief executive should be elected. Now, Beijing says that job belongs to a 1,200-member election committee, and many of the committee members just happen to have close ties to the Chinese Communist Party or represent business interests who want to curry favor with the party. Imagine that. Occupy Central's referendum asked voters to choose between 3 plans. All of the choices said that the chief executive should be nominated directly by the public without having to get approval from Beijing. So by just voting, these people were saying that they wanted to have a voice in the election process that wasn't controlled by the party. Originally, Occupy Central was hoping to get at least 100,000 people to participate, but they got nearly 800,000 instead. That's kind of a lot of people for Beijing to simply ignore. I don't think the white paper or threat really worked out the way they hoped. Of course, the vote is being called illegal by party officials, and the English-language state-run China Daily made the very good point that without the mainland, Hong Kong would only have 1/10 of its water and food supply. Which is why the poor, impoverished people of Hong Kong are always trying to flee to the mainland to gain access to better hospitals, safer food, and of course, the pollution-free rivers of China. But somehow I don't think the people of Hong Kong are really afraid. What do you think? Should Hong Kongers be able to vote directly for their officials? Should there be an independent Hong Kong? I, for one, am with you Hong Kongers all the way. Leave your comments below, share this video, and subscribe for more China Uncensored. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.